Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Well, here we are on Erev Shabbos Kodesh, concluding another great week of learning. And here in Chutz La'aretz, we will learn Parshas Shalach. And if ever there was a time to appreciate Eretz Yisrael, it's this parsha that helps us appreciate Eretz Yisrael. Of course, in Eretz Yisrael, they're already a week ahead of us, learning-wise, as we've been discussing. But appreciating Eretz Yisrael means we ask you to continue davening for Chaylei Tzvagana Yisrael, for Shalom Chol B'Tzvei Yisrael, safety of our brothers and sisters in Israel. And we learn each day, Nishmat Seren Daniel Shimon ben Harav, Daron V'Shel Yishan G'damo. So, to finish the week, we'll learn the chapter about Nisun Ve'erisin. Noagu Barov Kihilos Yisrael Shalol Hischatein B'Shloshas HaShavua. So, most communities have the custom that we do not make weddings during the 3 weeks. And even though that from the base point of the law, the prohibition of getting married during this period of mourning for the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash is only on a nisui rishus. What does that mean? Someone who's already fulfilled the mitzvah of procreation with a son and a daughter. But if someone has yet to fulfill this mitzvah, technically speaking, one could even get married during the 9 days. However, practically speaking, since these are days, as we were mentioning, of perennials, of punishments, of negativity, so we have made the custom that we have no weddings during this period. Because when we make weddings, we want them to take place in a time of good mazel and good signs. And during these days, there is no siman tov and there is no mazel tov. And some in the Sephardic tradition only refrain from weddings during the 9 days, but up until then they will. Let's say you have a couple, what we would call getting engaged, and you have a celebration of an engagement. Since there is a mitzvah aspect to this, you could actually make it up until the month of Av, so from Yud Zayin B'Tammuz till the end of the month, similar to Sfiras Omer. However, a large engagement party one shouldn't do. One in the home is different. And during the 9 days, during the 9 days when we minimize our simcha, we wouldn't even do a modest affair in the home to celebrate the engagement. However, the parents of the bride and the groom can meet and they could do tanoim, or they could establish what each is going to bring into the wedding, into the ceremony. You can have a l'chaim, something light to eat just to mark the occasion. And even though there is an element of simcha in this meeting, but however, this has I wouldn't say contractual, but it has a finality to it, meaning that since they're making an agreement about what's going to be brought into the ceremony, into the wedding, into the couple, so this is a little bit of a mitzvah to it, so they're mutar l'kama, you could do so. And also, people who are single can date during the 9 days also if it's for the purpose of getting married, of course. So the note 5 here is worth looking at also, looking at the differences in how dating Iris and Nisuin today, but the general custom is we don't make these types of simchas during the 3 weeks. It's just easier to refrain. In a case of great need, you have to ask a question, but certainly speaking, generally we do not make these types, even engagements, etc., during the 3 weeks. So with that, we will finish our limit for the week. Wishing everybody a peaceful and restful Shabbos. Please continue davening for Chalei Tzvagana Yisrael, for Shalom Chol B'Tzvei Yisrael, safety of brothers and sisters in Israel. Nishmat Seren Daniel Shimon ben Harav, Daron V'Shel Yishan G'damo. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Have a great Shabbos ahead, and we will see you next week.